जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। रस बिहारी राधा रस बिहारी श्री राधे। रस बिहारी राधा रस बिहारी श्री राधे। प्रभुपाद 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 गीता हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य दर्शत श्री श्रीमद His Divine Grace ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON 50 फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी भगवान की जय। श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की अनंत हिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotee. All glories to assembled devotee. All glories to assembled devotee. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswati vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayeshu abhatreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki Krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Reading from Canto number 1, chapter number 3, entitled as Krishna is the source of all incarnations, and the text number 20. 20. Yesterday we have 17, 18, and 19. Purport was not there for 17 and 18. So the purport is of 19. So we took 17, 18, and 19. So 20th. Avatare Shodashame Pashyan
Avatare Shodashame Pashyan
Brahmadruho Avatare Shodashame Pashyan Brahmadruho Nripa
Pashyan Brahmadruho Nripa
Trisapta Kritva Kupito Nikshatram Karon Mahe Avatare Shodashame Pashyan Brahmadruho Nripa Trisapta Kritva Kupito Nikshatram Karon Mahe Avatare Shodashame Pashyan Brahmadruho Nripa Trisapta Kritva Kupito Nikshatram Karon Mahe
Avatare Shodasame Pasyan Brahmadruho Nripan
Pashyan Brahmadruho Nripan
Trisaptakritva Krupito Nikshatram Akaron Mahim
Nikshatram Akaron Mahim
Avatare Shodashame Pashyan Brahma Dhruvo Nripan
Pashyan Brahmadruho Nripan
Trisapta Kritva Kupito
Trisapta Kritva Kripito
Nikshatram Akaro Mani
Nikshatram Akaron Mahim
Avatare Shodashame Brahma Dhruvo Nripan
Pashyan Brahmadruho Nripan
Kupito
Nikshatram Kritva Kupito
Nikshatram Karon Mani
Nikshatram Akaron Mahim Avatare Shodashame Nishyan Brahmadruho Nripan
Pashyan Brahmadruho Nripan
Trisapta Kupito
Trisapta
Kupito Nikshatram Akaron Mahim
Nikshatram Akaron Mahim. Word to word translation. Avatare, the incarnation of the Lord. Shodashame, the 16th. Pashyan, see. Brahmadruha, disobedient to the orders of the Brahmanas. Nripa, the kingly order. Trisapta, thrice 7 times. Kritvaha, had done. Kupitaha, being engaged. Negation. Kshatram, the administrative class. Akarota, did perform. Mahim, the earth. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki translation. In the 16th incarnation of the Godhead, the Lord as the Bhrigupati annihilated the administrative class Kshatriyas 21 times, being angry with them because of their rebellion against the Brahmanas, the intelligent class. But what? The Kshatriyas of the administrative class of men are expected to rule the planet by direction of the intelligent class of men, who give direction to the rulers in terms of the standard shastras or the books of revealed knowledge. The rulers carry on the administration according to that direction. Whenever there is a disobedience on the part of Kshatriyas or the administrative class against the orders of the learned and intelligent Brahmanas, the administrator are removed by force from the post. An arrangement is made for the better administration. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप गदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you to today's Srimad Bhagavatam class here at ISKCON Goregaon West. Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita he says that Chatur Varnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasham. So very specifically Krishna has told that this Chatur Varna and Ashram, 4 Varnas means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. And then the 4 Ashramas means Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasi. These are made by me. This is my system. Maya Srishtam. That is my system. Okay. And it is according to Guna and Karma. So nowhere Janma is mentioned. Okay. But unfortunately, because people after some time they consider when some facility is given to them, they consider that this particular facility is a birthright for me. Whether it is a post, position, any kind of a field, so that is mine. Okay, it's like just property is inherited from the father. Similarly, they consider, oh, this particular thing is also inherited from my father. Even though I don't have any kind of a guna, or I cannot be called as Kshatriya means even if I see blood, I faint. Still I am a Kshatriya. That kind of a thing goes on. So whether it is any kind of field, whether it is a social, a political, financial, or entertainment, or even a spiritual, people consider that to be the birthright. So my father did it, my grandfather did it, so that I can also do it. But what was your qualification of father and grandfather, that also has to be taken care into consideration. That there were the qualities for the Brahmana, there is a quality for the Kshatriya, there is a quality for a Vaishya, there is a quality of Shudra also. Okay. So somebody like, no, why Brahmanas is higher and why Kshatriyas is lower? And it was nothing like that. Something is higher or something is lower. Okay. Everybody has their own contribution for a society. Just like we cannot say, oh my God, my leg is not that much important, or oh my hand is not that much important, or my nose is not that much important. Can somebody cut down their legs because they are, staying on the ground and having a filthy dirt? They are accumulating the filthy dirt. Can somebody cut it down voluntarily? No. Somebody cannot cut it down like stomach. My God, it eats too much, Prabhu. See, उसके लिए मुझे grocery लेने जाना पड़ता है. Then I have to go for the vegetables and so much kharcha is there. So if I take out my pate itself, what will happen? There is no problem. No grocery, no sabzi and no other things. So my Lakshmi will be saved, right? You cannot do that and we will never do that. Similarly, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra all are very important part of a social order. But unfortunately, when the outsiders they came and they attacked our Bharat Varsha, they have created such kind of social injustice in ourselves, and especially the impression has been done. They consider themselves to be the higher, you consider yourself to they consider yourself to be the very lower girl. That was not the case. Otherwise, Lord Ramachandra wouldn't have a friendship with the King Guha. Lord Ramachandra wouldn't have embraced. Okay, Lord Krishna wouldn't have given her mercy to Kubja. Right? They are from that kind of a caste. But still, it was there. Lord Ramachandra showed that compassion. Lord Ramachandra allowed that Navik, that what we call as a boatman, to wash his feet. His supreme personality of God. Oh, no, see, he was a Kshatriya. That's why he was very happy that somebody should wash his feet. He was supreme personality of Godhead, Baba. He's not Kshatriya, Vaishya, or any kind of a Shudra or any kind of a Brahman. He's beyond all that, Lord Ramachandra. Although he was playing that part, but still he was not like that. Right? So, Bhagavan Ramachandra showed that, Lord Krishna also showed that. Otherwise, Sudama, he washed the feet of Sudama, being the supreme personality of Godhead. Simultaneously has given mercy to Kupcha. Simultaneously, he was taking, if Krishna is supposed to be a Kshatriya, why would have been taken Sridama and Madhumangal on his back and had a ride in the Vrindavan forest? So Lord Krishna is beyond all this, and once one become a Vaishnava, he becomes also beyond the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. But unfortunately, we consider this to be higher and that to be lower, because that is what the material world. Material world comparison means there has to be something higher, something lower. But that doesn't happen in the spiritual world. And of course, now also, if we see the same system works, the material world today also, even though they are the politicians, they are on the post of ministers, but still they have been given input by the bureaucrats. Right? They are the IPS, IS officers. They give inputs to them. Okay, see, this is the thing. This is what it is. The 1989. This what we think that politicians. I should not say, but any ordinary person cannot have the knowledge from all the aspects. Yesterday, I have been made a finance minister, or yesterday, I have been made defense minister, yesterday, I have been made a kind of a prime minister. I have all the knowledge of all the things. And then I will give a lecture on that 1989, this would have happened, and 1957, this was the law was passed. They don't have even a time to do that because they have to go and connect to the people also. So who are the people they do it? Right. Those people who are the IS officers, they are working under them, and this particular knowledge is given by them, and then politicians make forward, and it's nothing wrong because they are kind of having different roles. Most of these bureaucrats, IS officer, they are very intelligent kind of a role, So they perform their duties and they hand it over to the politician, and politician becomes a face to convey that particular thing. So the system works like that. It's nothing wrong. And it's nothing something is superior, something is lower. Similarly, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, this kind of a system also works in that. There is no like Krishna also acted like a Vaishya till the 10th of his age. And after that, he acted as a Kshatriya. Definitely. And even Srimad Bhagavatam says that any person, when he takes a birth, by birth, he is a very low person. Then the way we do a samskar and the person develops a guna, comes to that particular category. Janmana jayate shudra samskarat bhavet dvija. So, even if a person, can somebody call Ravana as a Brahman? Although he was from a Brahmana background, but still he cannot be called as, because his activities are not like a Brahmana. Brahmana cannot kidnap others' wives and held them captive for the year, right? He cannot do that. Can somebody called Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha as a Brahman? No. It can come somebody called Prahlad Maharaj as a Rakshasa? No. He's a Mahajaniya Gatas Pantha. Can somebody called as a Vidur that he was born from a Dasi? No, he was the intelligent, more intelligent than the Pandu Maharaj and more intelligent than Dhritarashtra himself, right? So definitely the person, even Bharat Maharaj, when he was having his putras, some of them became Brahmana, some of them became Vaishya, some of them became Kshatriya, right? So it doesn't depend what kind of background or the family background you have come. And Srila Prabhupada did the same thing when Srila Prabhupada went 1965 in New York. They were the people who are so degraded, and so much into intoxication that they didn't have even a idea whether they are human beings or animals. You know, some of them were like completely unaware that whether they have wore a kind of a cloth or not. Right? That was the situation of those hippies lying down on a street naked. Sometimes they used to pass stool and urine there itself. Srila Prabhupada, whenever he was supposed to enter inside his apartment, these people were lying on the road, and many times Prabhupada has to make them aside and then pass through them, because as a Vaishnava he cannot pass over their body. So that was the situation over there. And naturally, what happened? Just because of Harina and reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, they got so much converted. Nasta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. Bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati neshtike. Just because hearing by Srimad Bhagavatam every day, a very submissive oral reception. Many times it happens that we are in Srimad Bhagavatam physically present. ओके प्रभु जी तो बोलते रहते हैं, हर रोज वही बोलते रहते हैं, हमें कभी चांस ही नहीं देते हैं. So physically most of the time we are present, but more than that mentally we have to be very much present in Srimad Bhagavatam class. Even though many times the same concept is repeated, many times same shlokas are repeated, many times same pastime is repeated, but Lord Krishna's pastimes is always purifying. The philosophy, although it comes into our ear, it doesn't go to our heart. So just like right now, if somebody comes with a knife and he says, now today I will kill all the devotees over here. How many of you, or somebody is coming with a fire, and now today I will burn this ISKCON Goregaon West Center, burn to the ashes. How many of us will grab our belongings and try to save ourselves by, going, trying to find out some kind of a way through this? Yeah, each and every one of us. But how many of us will try to save Shishirata Rasa Bihari and Gaurgita? It's very rare. So many times philosophy we hear, but when it comes for the application, it requires a lot of realization and a lot of practice, especially. That's why Lord Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita that Abhyasintu Kaunteya. You have to do abhyas. You have to do practice for that. Okay. So this particular Chatur Varnam Maya system. This Varna and Ashram system is actually what is a creation of the Lord, and Lord has, uh, created it. For what purpose? Today also there are the teacher class. There is a army men and the policemen. They are acting like a kshatriya. There are the businessmen who have their own thelas, panipuri, bhelpuri, shevpuri, or they have the fruit stalls, they have the sabzi stalls, or they have their own shops. There are different shops. So definitely they are like a business class. And then there are some labor class people. So if we say labor class people, no, how should be there should be a discrimination? Definitely, these labor class people should also go on the teachers level. They should teach what they should teach. IS officer they should teach. Does it possible? It's not possible because the most of the time the intelligence of that person and the way he has been developed himself is not on that platform. It's not like that everybody doesn't have opportunity. Each and everybody was having opportunity, right? So, but unfortunately, people doesn't want to take that opportunity. How many of us doesn't have a free education? Even our government schools, they are providing so much of facilities to have a free education, right? But all the students are not on same level. Although they are in the same class, same school, taking teachings under the same teacher, but still their capacity to grab and grasp that particular concept is a different. So, surely this no, it's not a discrimination, but it's just a capacity of a person. Definitely. So that capacity, if person has a different capacity, then naturally he should be given a facility according to that. Okay. So next is when Parshuram, Lord Parshuram has born as a Brahman. His father was a Brahmana, his mother was a Brahmani. All other his brothers were from the Brahminical background and having the capacity and the gunas of a Brahmanas actually. But Lord Parshuram, because he saw that the people, those who are on administration class, are not good people. Okay. So then the incidences happened, which we will see later on. Again, in Srimad Bhagavatam, the detailed story of Parshuramji will come. In that, he took that khadga in his hand, that Parshu in his hand. His original name is Rama. But because he took Parshu in his hand, that Kulhad in his hand, his name became Parshuram. And for 21 times he annihilated the Kshatriya. Kshatriya means what? अरे कोई भी सामने दिखा वो क्षत्रिय आ गया उसको मार काट के चले गए, ऐसा नहीं करेंगे. भगवान है वो, इंटेलिजेंस है उनके पास कि कौन से क्षत्रियो को मारना है कौन से क्षत्रियो को नहीं मारना है करके. बट ऑल क्षत्रियस वेर लाइक दैट, totally into sense gratification, not giving no, but proper uh, what is the word? Attention towards their duties and attention towards their own subjects. It is not there, right? So that's why Parshuramji did it. Even this has happened when King Vena became a very Atatayi Rakshas. What all the Brahmanas did, they had just a Hunkara mantra and they killed him. So many times it happens that although, just like even in case of Putana, when Vindhya mountain was having her daughters, Putana was stealing away his daughters. So Vindhya mountain said, see, she's flying in the sky and I don't have capacity to go now. The Vindhya mountain, till that time, they were not having a wings. So Brahmanas, you should do it something. So Brahmana started having a Hunkara mantra and Putana, she started feeling very much weak and she just dropped out those babies. So Brahmanas have that capacity, but they know that is not their function, right? Even though sometimes person has the capacity to do certain things, but still he gives a chance that that's not my duty, that's not my department. Let him handle it very nicely. Just like suppose a president is there and he sees some kind of a little bit here and there is there in finance department or account department, something is going on And even if he has that rights, this should be like this. But still, out of that integrity and out of the respect towards the account in charge, he will not say much things. But when it goes to certain level, then he takes things into him. No, I will see how these things were happening. Am I right? So, similarly, although administrative class, the Brahmana class having a lot of capacity in their hands, they don't take these things into their hand. But sometimes the situation happens like this that they have to give attention towards these things. So Parshuram ji came, he annihilated the entire Kshatriya dynasty. And during that time, Parshuram's time, even Dashrath Maharaj was there. Then how Dashrath Maharaj got saved? Parshuram ji said, and say, whoever person is, encircled by the woman, or second is that anybody who is in the a marriage is right now going on with a marriage, I will not kill that person. So there was a one Kshatriya, I think he was a Kartaviriya Arjuna or someone. I think someone Kshatriya was there. Whenever Parshuram used to come through his, what we say, a kingdom, that person used to encircle himself with a woman. Shield himself with a woman, and most of the time unclothed Mataji. And so Parshuramji like, Hare Krishna. But Dashrath Maharaj said, this is not the way Kshatriya works. This is such a defamy actually. What people will think like, oh, whenever Parshuram used to come just to protect himself, Dashrath Maharaj has shielded himself with a woman. He has taken a shelter of woman. That's not a good mentality actually. Right? Many times we see, even if some kind of a criminal is there, recently it happened that one criminal, he wanted to save himself from the police. So when police went to his home, her wife, her sister, her chachi, kaki, mami, mother, all they came in front of police. नहीं करने का, ये नहीं करने का, and they चिल्लाने लगे, ये करने लगे, and he started, running away from home by some, Gupta Rasta like that. So people, these are the, Kali Yuga people. By hook or crook, they just want what they want. Okay, that is the mentality of very low class people. So Dashrath Maharaj didn't want it. So whenever he used to get information that Parshuram is coming from this kshetra, so what he used to do, wherever he is, he used to go to that kingdom and ask that king that, okay, I want to marry your daughter. Now he's a King Dashrath. His glories are well known. The Ayodhya's glories were well known in the entire Bharatvarsha. Means earth. Bharatvarsha means complete earth, actually. So they used to say, yes, it is my great fortune. So Dashratha Maharaj actually did a marriage 303 times. That was the queens of Dashrath Maharaj. We only know 3, but there are 303 queens of King Dashrath. So that many times. Of course, Kaushalya, Sumitra and Kaikai, they were this special because they were married in a different way. But this 300 times what he married is actually because of Parshuram. It's not like that, Dashrath Maharaj just got married so that he will be saved. No, he took care of her wives very nicely and very wonderfully actually. Okay, with all due respect and attention. But that was the key. So Parshuramji was very powerful. And even the Parshuramji got, interactions with Lord Ramachandra also. So it was such a nice moment that Lord Parshuram is meeting Lord Ramachandra. And when Lord Parshuram came to know about the identity of Lord Ramachandra, he offered his obeisances to Lord Ramachandra. Because Parshuram is a Shaktavesha avatar. And Lord Ramachandra is a Leela avatar also. So in the category of avataras, Lord Ramachandra is much superior, much higher. Okay. So that's why Lord Parshuram offered his obeisance to Lord Ramachandra. And then naturally what happened? He came to know, you know that pastime, all of you might be knowing that pastime, that when Lord Ramchandra broke the bow, Parshuram ji came and said, "Oh, who is that person who can break the Shivadanushya? I have this Vishnu Dhanushya. Come here and let me see who can do that." So Lord Ramchandra came. He took out that Vishnu Dhanushya and he applied the bar on that. And where should I keep it? Where should I throw it? And then Parshuram came to know this is not an ordinary person. He said, "In my ego." So then Lord Ramachandra did that. And then Parshuram came to know that he's the Lord Narayana himself. And he offered his obeisances. So that's how Parshuram did. So Parshuram ji is like a very mild incarnation actually. What Kalki is supposed to be. After 4,27,000 years, whatever Kalki is supposed to do, Parshuramji did it a very mild thing actually. When Lord Kalki is supposed to come, actually, his talwar will act on a speed of mind. Right now it is in Goregaon West, next time it will be in uh, Moon planet. And the way it will go from the Goregaon West to Moon planet, till that time, whoever comes in between, they will be killed. So each and every person except Vaishnavas and the devotees will be killed by that talwar of Lord Kalki. So that will happen after 4,27,000 years. Let us see. We don't know where we will be and how we will be. But how it is. Okay? Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय।
श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय।
निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Anybody has any question? 3 minutes of this.
Sita Devi also having the capacity before Ramchandra came and
Yes.
casually she lifted that.
Casually, it is said that once she was playing with a ball, and the ball went underneath the Shiva Dhanusha, so she came and she lifted the Shiva Dhanusha. Where is my ball? And the another story goes like that. She wanted to pluck the flowers, and there was no any kind of a lathi or a stick to take out that flower. So she went, she found out something, whether I will should get or something or not. She found out the Shiva Dhanusha, she took that Shiva Dhanusha, went and started plucking the flower from Shiva Dhanusha. And everybody saw and they were like, thousands and thousands of biceps, triceps and abs wala pahalwan were required for that actually. But Sita did it. So when Ravana came, when Ravan came, he didn't even, able to lift the Shiva Dhanusha. Her hands got crushed underneath Shiva Dhanusha, and Sita Mata just within one hand, left hand, she lifted it. So tell me with a logic, if Ravana is not able to even, pick up that, क्या बोलते हैं, Shiva Dhanusha, how can he pick up and kidnap Sita Mata? It's not cup of tea. Even if Ravana would have dared to touch Sita Mata even once, he would have burned to the ashes. That is what Sita Mata is. She's an eternal consort of Lord Ramachandra. She's not ordinary. She is the supreme goddess, actually. It's not so possible. So then that Vedavati story comes. Then Vedavati becomes Sita Mata and she gets kidnapped. And Lord Ramachandra, that Sita Mata goes to Agni Devata. And when the Sattva Pariksha is done, that time Vedavati, see, now Vedavati becomes Sita Mata. Now if Vedavati comes along with Lord Ramachandra, what about the, uh, that vow of Lord Ramachandra that I am Ekapatni Ekavachani? He has accepted Vedavati, na? Although the body is same, but the soul is different. So they are the two personalities. So that's when Lord Ramchandra says, no, I want Sattva Pariksha. Lord Ramchandra is not a hard. I don't know whether she has stayed with Ravana for the one complete year. I don't know about her chastity. Lord Ramchandra knows everything. He is a Paramatma within the heart of every living entity. Don't you know that he doesn't know the Sita Mata's chastity karke, right? She's more chaste than Lord Ramchandra himself, right? So Lord Ramachandra, why he did it? Because Vedavati has to go and Sita Mata has to come. So that's why that pastime has been arranged on. Lord's intelligence is much more higher than that. The way Lord Ramchandra or Lord Krishna acts, that is much higher than what we think and what we have. Right? So that's why hearing from acharyas, hearing from authorized scriptures is much more important so that misconceptions will be cleared. What is that? Srila Prabhupada's very beautiful poem was there. The No, he writes down the clouds has been that was written for the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur on his Vyasa Puja. Very beautiful poem. In that he says that the clouds of the Mayavad and the misconceptions has been taken away by your good self. That is what the mercy of Acharya and the spiritual. Okay, Hare Krishna.